This week on Inside Boulder News, enforcement of the Bear Protection Ordinance begins soon, the community celebrates an important school play yard renovation, and CU-Boulder's MAVEN Mission successfully enters Mars orbit. Welcome to Inside Boulder News. I'm Ashley Prill. Starting October 1st, residents in the city of Boulder who don't comply with the Bear Protection Ordinance could face first-time fines of $250. Established by City Council in March, the Bear Protection Ordinance requires residents to secure trash and compost from bears at all times.
The urban area is not a safe place for bears. Bears, when they come into town to eat food and stay in town, they get in trouble, they get hurt, they get killed. And so what happens is when bears are living in town, not only are they more likely to get hit by cars while they're in town, which we see, but also they can be killed or destroyed because they've become a problem in the urban area. They're too habituated to people. They're hanging out in backyards just feasting on trash.
Enforcement of the Bear Protection Ordinance will be rolled out in two phases. The first phase focuses on the area within the city most greatly affected by bear activity due to trash and compost stored in alleys.
The area south of Hawthorne, west of Broadway, and north of Dartmouth is our first implementation area, and starting October 1st, code enforcement will start enforcing that law. So what's important to know is if your trash provider has not already provided you with a bear-resistant cart, it's time to contact them. And also, if you have a dumpster, you need to call your trash provider and ensure that you have at least ordered the dumpster prior to October 1st.
To keep bears safe, it's important that you not only have bear-resistant containers, but that you use them correctly.
Because if they're not latched and locked, a bear can still get into them. So we're seeing in some areas where the carts have been distributed, they're overflowing or there's a bag of trash put on top. And it is really important to make sure that they're being used correctly or latched and locked closed.
Again, the fines for not complying with the Bear Protection Ordinance begin at $250 for a first-time offense. For a second-time offense, it could go up to $500, and a third violation is $1,000. Last week, the community came together to celebrate the renovation of Horizon's K-8 playground. The new playground represents the hard work and collaboration between the City of Boulder, Boulder Valley School District, Growing Up Boulder, students, the surrounding community, and many other partners.
The idea is that we really got to come together as a community and create something that's going to last for a lifetime for these young people. We get to celebrate lifelong learning, and that young people really were involved in a project that they'll get to come visit 10, 15, 20 years from now and know that they contributed and created something that made a difference.
Many of the projects that we work on in planning have very long time frames. It can be 5, 10, maybe 20 years. And so a project like this, where the same students who are in the Make a Difference class are still here and able to come to a celebration and really see it all the way through, is just an amazing process.
I'm just blown away. I'm beyond proud, and it was really inspirational to see how each member of the community embraced the project. It's really exciting, especially for the kids, and for them to see what we can do as a community when we all pull together. That to me was one of the greatest merits of the project.
Holding on to these two leashes because I have two dogs with me, and my estimate is that in the last 28 years I've walked over to this park and around the lake 5,000 times. You know, it is now great to see the changes that have happened over the last few years, where this place is much more lively, it's much better taken care of, and there's more to come in order to really turn it into a community place where everybody can take part.
Thanks for the park! Yay!
The playground is open to the public after school hours. The renovation was made possible by a $100,000 grant from Great Outdoors Colorado, and is only the beginning of this community-wide collaboration. For more information about the transformation of Burke Park and the Horizons Playground, visit explorationsandburkepark.weebly.com. CU's contributions to space exploration took another giant leap forward this week when the MAVEN spacecraft successfully entered orbit around Mars.
So NASA has sent lots of spacecraft to Mars, and every picture they take of the surface and every rover they have wandering around sends back the same message, that Mars used to be warm and wet billions of years ago. And nowadays it's a frozen desert. And so the MAVEN mission is basically trying to figure out what went wrong. We think that Mars lost 99% of its atmosphere. And it's a mystery. We don't know where it went.
to see the maneuver for orbit insertion go so flawlessly, and to see start to see the initial science data come down. That is great, because these are pictures of another planet which nobody has ever seen before. And I get to be on the receiving end of that data and look at it for the first time, and maybe be the first person to understand something, which is something that you get to do in science that doesn't happen in a lot of other places. That you can be the first person to know something about the universe that nobody has ever known. And CU is right here in the middle of this hive of scientific activity.
We're looking forward to accumulating a couple months worth of data, and then we can start looking at how does Mars change over time. Because that's the whole question that we're trying to answer, is how did Mars change over time? And though our nominal mission is only for a year, we're hoping that in that time we can gather enough information that we can extrapolate backward and figure out 1 million years ago, 1 billion years ago, what was Mars like? Did it have a thicker atmosphere? Did it have more water? Was it liquid? Could it have supported life? And so the next few months we're really going to learn some things that could never be answered unless we had gone to Mars with MAVEN.
Get details about the mission and see MAVEN's first observations on facebook.com/MAVEN to Mars. On Wednesday, October 1st, join the city in saying thank you to residents and businesses that have been affected by the construction in the 15th Street Design District and along Arapahoe Avenue with Downtown Boulder's Sweet Spot promotion. Visit participating businesses now in both the 15th Street Design District and along Arapahoe Avenue to get your golden tickets. Then redeem your golden tickets for gift certificates and prizes at the Farmers Market Sweet Spot booth from 4 to 8 p.m. on October 1st. Details about the Downtown Boulder Sweet Spot promotion can be found on bouldersweetspot.com. Thank you for watching Inside Boulder News. Stay in touch with us on Facebook and Twitter by submitting news tips and questions. You can also sign up to receive video updates right in your inbox. Just go to boulderchannel8.com and click on subscribe.